Is your volume up? Yeah, okay. Can you turn that down?
Test, test. Yep, that's it. That'll work. Yeah, I'll be right back. Test, test. This is a test microphone. Brian, hopefully you can hear this.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. How is everyone?
Unmute the
Very
room.
good.
Morning.
And let me change the camera. And you've got
All right. Well, I think we can get started. I see several people already connected. It's about 11:02 my time. I apologize for being remote. I am sandwiched between two meetings in Dade City that I needed to be present for. Do we have anyone in the boardroom in Newport Richey? It's hard to see.
Just me. Just Lisa.
Oh, hi, Lisa. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Cheryl. I'm good.
Good, good.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, well, let's
It's
officially
just
call
Lisa
the
and I
meeting.
here, and Craig.
Okay. Well, let's officially call the meeting to order. I know that we do not have a quorum in person, and but let's go ahead and do roll call because we do have several people that are joining us online. Cheryl Pollock, I'm present. Jean Nathy, she has extended her regrets due to competing demands. Leona Schuler. Lisa Richardson is here. I see her now. Rhonda Waddell, I see you
Here.
online. Good morning. Jenny C.
Hello.
Hi, Jenny. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Lauren Maselli. Rosario Torres. Denise Nicholas. Sharni Buckley. Teresa Foster. Kelly Sin. I see Sharni on
I'm
the
here.
virtual.
Kelly
And
Sin.
Kelly, yes, great. I see Sharni and Kelly on virtual. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us this morning, and we will probably be a very efficient meeting, just due to our current status. So we do not have any guest speakers, to my knowledge. Rhonda and Ginny, you were going to collaborate on that. How are things going?
I need to follow up with my speaker. I haven't done that. I apologize, but I do have someone in mind, but I just forgot to follow up with that person.
Okay. Well, the good news is that we've got time because we are not having a July meeting. And right now, we will talk a little bit later in the agenda, but we are planning to do a planning session in August and really just try to get our focus a little bit more strategic and really make some realistic targets, because I feel like we've got a lot of great intentions and almost too many different wheels spinning. So we'll definitely need to come together to make some decisions. Okay, so old business on the agenda, we will go through the work plan. And as I said, I appreciate everyone working behind the scenes to keep things going, but we also are being realistic and recognize that that we may have several projects or several ideas, but we also have to back down from some of these things and just be realistic in what we can accomplish in the midst of our our busy schedules, but also staying true to our purpose as an advisory commission for the Board of County Commissioners. So looking at our work plan, which is shown on the screen, thank you, Craig, for sharing the screen. We are maintaining our meeting schedule with rotating between Dade City and Newport Richey. The in-person quorum is still a minimum of 8 in person, and we have not met that since I don't even know. I've lost track. So you'll see I'm toggling between the minutes and the agenda, the packet handout. So you'll see even on our agenda that the approval of minutes since August of 20. So basically, we haven't had a quorum since July of last year. And so the idea is that we would have to meet that quorum in order to approve all of those minutes, including the one from today. So we're going to table the approval of minutes due to that. And I'm sorry, I skipped over that earlier. So back to the work plan. So right now, we really are looking at, I'm going to skip down a little bit because you have the communication going between United Way and Commissioner Fitzpatrick. We do have a recommendation from a new appointee from Commissioner Moore. I don't know if there's any other updates that we've received, Johanna, the application that came in for the Citizen Advisory Council. Has United Way met with that individual?
Cheryl, I reached out to Mr. Anderson and I didn't hear back from him. I don't know if you think it's a good idea for you to maybe give him a call and find out what's going on. I don't know where that stands, and
Okay,
I didn't
no,
hear
that's
back
fine.
from Ann Corona either.
Certainly. I will definitely reach out. Okay. And then the new appointee that's been recommended from Commissioner Moore's office is going before the board for the meeting, the upcoming meeting.
That's correct.
Great. Okay. And am I allowed to say who the recommendation is, or I need to wait?
I believe you can. I asked his team to have her fill out the application. That way they can send that over to me.
Okay, well, the recommendation is Jenny Yingling. Some of you may know her. She's a former development professional that worked for the Boys and Girls Club, and she now works for a local attorney in the central Pasco area. So very much embedded in our community, doing great things. I think she's also part of one of the active Rotaries in the Wesley Chapel area. So we will wait to hear more. All right, so Lauren and Denise are not with me today, but our bio project to introduce our commission members to the community via social media is ongoing. And everyone should have a name badge except those that will be joining us in the coming months. They will get one after they join. So our annual work plan presentation to the Board of County Commissioners is typically done in the spring. I know it's hard to believe that we need to start gearing up for that for next year, but as soon as we're able to look at the 2022 dates, I would like to at least get that date on our calendar. So we're working towards that, because once we skip July, and I think we also skip September, the end of the year kind of rolls by really quickly, and we just want to make sure that we're aware of what the date options are and be able to select the date for spring of 2022. As for social media, I did get an update from Jean. She indicated that we are actually at, oh, sorry, not social media, 87 women-owned businesses on our current roster. And she has the new palm cards in her office, and we'll be dropping some off to the Dade City Chamber to swap out the old ones and also to swap out the old ones at the historic courthouse. For social media, we have 910 followers and 742 likes. Any thoughts or questions or comments regarding those updates? Okay, so as I said, we don't have a guest speaker today. However, Jenny, I do recall now just reading our work plan that you were going to reach out to Jack at Bay Area Legal Services to arrange a presentation in the future. So my recommendation for you and Rhonda is to target either our October or November meeting. We don't meet in July. August is really going to be dedicated to our strategic focus, and I think we have a meeting date, but we also have a separate date on top of that. So we may consider canceling August, just depending on how things go. We'll talk about that today. So we're looking at October or November dates. The first
Okay,
Monday
I can
of
do
the
that.
month. And then item 8 is really just going back to the conversation about what kind of activity we'd like to do in 2022 to commemorate Women's History Month and Women's Health Month. Some of the ideas presented at the last meeting were hosting a panel or some type of recognition event. Do we have any thoughts or any comments as we continue to cogitate on this? So right now we do have Denise, Leona, who are not with us, and then Jenny and Rhonda. You mentioned that you might have some folks who can speak. So are we leaning? Have you all had a chance to huddle outside of our meetings, or do we have any leanings of what we envision?
I haven't talked to anyone. Can you guys hear me okay?
Excellent, very
Okay.
well.
Okay. We do have a Women's History Month where we do some speaking and some activities on campus. So I don't know if exactly what kinds of women's history issues we're looking at. If it's going to be more focused on health or mental health, but I think I could probably get some speakers together from that group if I know the kind of information you're looking for the event and the type of
I
event.
think just aligning it with what we've been doing with women in business would be a good strategy
Okay.
for the commission, just to kind of set
Okay.
us apart. I think that we can build on that. And when we visited the statewide commission on the status of women, I was able to kind of look at what some of the other counties have done. And so we really, it can be whatever we want, but I think if we're trying to kind of build on what we focused on over the last year, it might be nice to do something around women in business, and maybe working
Okay.
with the Pasco Economic Development Council might be a good strategy.
Okay. Well, I'll be happy to work with anyone to put our heads together to see what we can come up with. I know we have a business school at campus, and there are a lot of women that are doing some interesting things there, especially around technology and data. We have a Women in Data conference that we offer too every
Oh,
2
wow.
years, I believe it is.
Okay.
So maybe we can get together and get a variety of different people to come in.
Okay, Rhonda, would you mind taking the lead just so we can get some momentum? Because it sounds like you've got a couple of great tentacles that we can, tie together, and that would be really good just to kind of get some momentum here, because March will be here before we know it.
Okay, I'll look and see what I can find out, and then I'll shoot it out to the group, and whoever thinks, they can connect to it in some way, we'll try to put something together.
Okay. So that includes Denise, Leona, Jenny, and yourself.
Okay. I'll send it to those folks.
And it looks like Lisa Richardson was also interested to help propose a plan
Okay.
for 2022.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
happy to be a part of that. And I can just share a quick update. I know the past 2 years we've had that Empowered Women's Summit at PHSC. And that was actually led by Dr. Melissa Hartz, our Senior VP of IT. She is going to be leaving us. In fact, her last day with the college will be July 30th. Of course, we're super excited for her, but sad for us. So I'm not sure what the future will be with that particular event. I know that CSW was a part of that. You know, it was an event we could sort of piggyback on in a way that wasn't too time consuming for the CSW members, but just wanted to share that as well.
Okay, excellent. Well, I think that, you know, if the 4 or 5 of you are able to huddle, even if it's via email, just to get an idea bank, and then we can put some legs to it by bringing your recommendations back to the commission when we meet in August. And that will help us as we really hone in on our strategic focus. You know, again, I think that we all have great ideas, but we also have to be realistic with how much we can take on and accomplish, and we want to do it well. And sometimes it's better to do less and do it well than, you know, scatter ourselves across too many different tasks and not do it well.
Cheryl,
I
just
see
wanted to let you
Leona.
know.
Hi, Leona. How are you?
Hi. Sorry, running late this
Oh,
morning.
you're fine.
We're up to 8
Okay,
already?
so Breast Cancer Awareness Month is coming up, and we will update the work plan. Thank you so much for your help with this, Johanna. I know that Kelly Mothershead is no longer on with us, but she did make a recommendation that the CSW team up and participate in some of the existing activities. So Jenny and Denise were going to confirm when the event was and if we can get a team together. Does anybody, Jenny, do you have any idea if they've released a date yet? Might be
I don't
too
believe
early.
they have, but I'm
Okay.
going to just reach out to somebody right now to see if something's happened since then.
Okay, all right, it would be fun if we can get a team together. I think each lane needs 6 bowlers or so.
I will definitely be one.
So item 10 ties back with item 8. You know, if we're going to do an inaugural event, we definitely don't want to try to do 2. And so this is another area for us to streamline. And same group of people, if you look at item 8 and item 10, Rhonda, you can kind of see all of those who have expressed an interest between yourself, Jenny, Lauren, and then of course Lisa. And
Okay.
you know, again, an inaugural event to recognize and support the achievement of women and girls. If we take the angle of women in business, you know, we can look at the historic trend of women-owned businesses, and then maybe perhaps have some type of opportunity to have, you know, I mean, lack of a better term, I'm trying to think of Taste of Pasco when we voted on the best restaurants and whatnot. But just being able to have some type of method that would allow the community to get involved in recognizing women-owned businesses. I'm just spouting off ideas, nothing concrete. Any thoughts on that, on number 10? So basically, we're not trying to do 2 events. I just want to make that clear that we're really looking at one inaugural event to commemorate and raise awareness for the achievements of women and girls in Pasco County. We believe that this would be something that would launch in 2022 and continue as an annual event in the coming years. So we're going to be the trailblazers, lady. We're getting it started.
Cheryl, do you think that we could do something that's virtual? Like a
I mean, I think for
virtual,
2022, I would steer away from virtual, to be honest. I
okay,
think that we're really trying to bring people together in a meaningful way, and even if it's small, I mean, it doesn't have to be a 200 or
okay.
300 person event. But I think by spring of 2022, that we would be gearing up for something in person. That's just my opinion, so
Okay.
I'm open to what you others have to say as well.
Okay.
I am in agreement with that, Cheryl. I think we've all been doing so many things virtually for so long. Having that opportunity, even if it's just a small group, to actually be together in person, I think would be really nice.
Right. Right. Now, I know when a couple of years ago, when Summer was on, they had piloted through Congressman Bilirakis's office, they had piloted a women's resource day, and it was on the west side, but we were thinking how we could team up with them, and for whatever reason, it didn't become an annual event for them, but it was definitely something that could have spun off to help us, figure out how we can help connect people in our county, women in our county, to the resources that are available. So I would throw that back on the table to align with the inaugural event, whether it's a panel and maybe some resource areas, whether, it's a panel of women-owned businesses sharing their story. I just think the ideas are limitless, but I would like to see the subcommittee recommend some concrete ideas so that we can put some legs to this and get into our planning phase. Any other questions or thoughts on item 10? Okay, so Jean worked diligently on updating the palm cards, item 11, and the palm cards, as I stated from an email from Jean, will be placed at the chamber in the historic Dade City Courthouse. I'm sure they're,
Has been.
going to try to place them also at the Newport Richey Government Center. And everyone should be able to get some updated palm cards when we are in person in August. And so if you have an opportunity, I know, Leona, you emailed about an upcoming event for Juneteenth on this Saturday. If any of you have an opportunity to promote and build awareness about the Commission on the Status of Women and would like some palm cards, just please contact, myself or Jean or Johanna. I know she's going on vacation, so we might want to tag team each other, because right now I think that, Leona, do you have the supply with you?
I do. I have them in my
Okay.
car. Mhm.
Okay, perfect.
But I
So,
gave Johanna, left some with Johanna, so she has some.
Okay,
Jean has
perfect.
some as well.
Okay, perfect. Excellent.
I'll
How do
bring
they
down
look?
the
I
new
haven't
palm
seen
card.
them yet in person. I just saw the digital.
Look very nice, yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. I got a lot of compliments when I gave them out at the ETC event. They said, "Oh, wow, this looks nice." So good job, Jean.
Very good.
Although she's
Well,
not here.
kudos to Jean. She's not with us, but
Yes.
hopefully she'll watch the video later.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear
Okay,
me?
so item 12,
Yes.
collaborating with existing coalitions. We did a great job working with Kelly and her team at Sunrise, and just raising the level of awareness and understanding of domestic violence, human trafficking, teen dating violence. And, this is an ongoing priority. It doesn't go away just because, the months are coming by and moving on. We still want to continue to raise the level of awareness through our own networking and connections. And as I said, we are looking at an August planning session to identify a new focus area for the Commission on the Status of Women. So the last two are really areas that Jean and Lauren we're working on. I don't have any other updates other than the email that Jean shared with how many are on the roster, which is 87. So I will table that. And then Leona has already given us her update from participating in the Grow Pasco event.
Yes.
And any other highlights you would like to share with us, Leona?
I believe there are at least two ladies that I spoke to who are interested in what the commission is doing, and I've given them information, and they should be either watching our Facebook for events that's coming up, or they may even come one day in person to sit in the audience. So
Okay.
I will be in touch with
Perfect.
them. Mhm.
Wonderful. That's what it's all about.
Yep, yep,
Okay.
networking.
Now that we've gone through the work plan, let's switch back to the agenda. We're on item number 3. And we cannot approve the chair or co-chair or secretary because we do not have a quorum. But we're just going to keep moving along.
Keep going
Item number
through.
4 is the strategic workshop. So I reached out to the director of community development at Pasco County Government, and her name is Marcy Esberg. And so I asked Marcy, as a seasoned facilitator and one that is very wise and knowledgeable about the community needs here in the county, if she would be willing to help us by facilitating a planning session. For those of you that have been on, for more than 3 years, when we did this the first time, we had a series of community entities come in and representatives from different entities come in and provide data and research and updates about core areas. And we had subcommittees, and each subcommittee pretty much put together a white paper of what they felt should be the focus of the CSW. Well, we ended up deciding that we were going to focus on domestic violence and human trafficking, and that is what we did. Learning, understanding the needs, reporting out on what those areas are doing, and inviting guest speakers as well, and then supporting the most recent fundraiser through feedback. And so here we are 3 years later, and we need to decide what is going to be our focus. We have a lot more needs than we have resources to do something about as a volunteer commission. And so it's really important for us to get an updated understanding of what those needs are and what we can do, what is within our power and realm on a volunteer basis. What can we do to raise the level of awareness and take action? So August 23rd was the date that was selected, primarily based on the facilitator schedule, the meeting room availability, which we had 2 options to select from in August. So the meeting, the facilitator, my schedule, Jean's schedule were all aligned with the meeting room availability, and August 23rd was the date that seemed to hit all the availability across the board. So this is open for discussion because we're bringing this date to you for the first time. We really don't have options for you to select from because the facilitator was not available on the other date that the meeting room was available. However, if about 13 commission on the status of women participants, if we do not have at least 8 of you that can commit to this date, we will have to go back to the drawing board.
Oh, dear. Cheryl, can you confirm the date and the location? I'm sorry,
Yes,
the time
I'll
and the
ask
location.
Johanna to assist me with that. So the date is Monday, August 23rd.
I'm
And
sorry.
the time, Johanna, can you help me with the time that we locked in? I don't see it here on my calendar. Or maybe it's
hear me?
here. Yes. Oh, there it is. Yes. So it would be from 2:30 to 4:30. And the location would be the Coty Conference Room at the Utilities Building in Land O'Lakes, which is just maybe a couple of miles past the school district complex in Land O'Lakes. So you would take 41 all the way down. So it's just north of the school district in Land O'Lakes, but before you get to State Road 52. It's a beautiful facility. I've had several meetings myself in that building. Very spacious meeting room on the first floor, lots of ample parking. So we're open to your feedback.
I'm confirming I'll be there.
I can attend as well.
Does anybody have any opposition to this date or any concerns? Now, I know we had some discussion, Johanna, about whether or not the facility would allow digital, virtual participation, and my understanding is that it will not. Is that correct?
It is an option, but I think we were leaning toward person.
Okay. Well, but we wouldn't have tech support, so because it's not.
That's right.
We can,
I don't wanna
Marcy
offer something if we
expressed
really can't.
interest
Okay.
in having tech support to set up a PowerPoint at the beginning of the meeting.
Right, but as far as people trying to Zoom in or WebEx in, what are the parameters?
That could be set up, but like I said, I think we were trying to have everybody go in person.
Correct, that is correct. Okay. So I think the best thing, honestly, because we are missing several people, is for us to do a doodle poll. And I know, Johanna, you're leaving tomorrow, so for vacation, is that something that I can do on behalf of the commission, or does it need to come from you?
The county attorney's office has asked us not to do doodle polls and to strictly discuss this at
Okay.
meetings.
Okay. Okay.
Cheryl,
so this is
I got
hard because we're missing so many people today. Yes,
Cheryl,
Lisa?
this is Jenny.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jenny,
I got
sorry.
the Outlook invitation, I think a while ago. So, you're able to accept, decline, or say maybe. So, I don't know if people maybe want to just review their inbox and maybe you can get a better feel that way.
Yes.
Because I've already
Johanna, if
accepted
you
it.
can give us an update based on those that have responded, because that came from Johanna. Thank you for reminding me of that, Jenny. I have it on here too.
I tried. I think I did.
Okay, so what we will do is I will work with Johanna on participation, and I am definitely going to base it on a majority participation. It doesn't make sense for us to do it if only 3 or 4 people can come. I mean, it just would not be productive. It would not be a good use of the facilitator's time, because I would want to give her enough notice, because she has to prepare, kind of do some of the background research on what we've accomplished, what we're doing, what we're trying to do. And in all fairness to her, I wouldn't want her to do all this preparation and then we don't have a good showing. So we'll take a look at the RSVP responses that were sent out through Outlook, and then we will.
Cheryl, I just pulled it up. Cheryl?
Yes.
So the majority have accepted, and there's one tentative from Kelly and one decline from Teresa. The rest have, Charney, Cheryl, and Denise say none as a response, and then everybody else accepted.
Yes, this is Sharni speaking. I'll go in and review that. I'm hoping to attend. I just have to look at my calendar and see if there's something I can clear for that day.
Excellent. Thank you, Sharni.
You're welcome.
Okay, so when you say a majority out of the 13, it sounds like we have at least 8 or 9.
7 have accepted, and then Cheryl, when you accept, you'll be the 8th.
Okay, I just did, so it should go through.
And Cheryl, I am checking. Typically, I always have president's meetings on Monday afternoons. So I'm going to do my best to get out of that, but that would be the only thing preventing me from participating. I did accept the invite when it came through.
Okay, no, that's great, Lisa, and totally understandable. Yeah, we were trying to stick to the earlier time, but it was not available, and it was a conflict for the facilitator, I believe, or was that the 16th? Yeah, the other date was the 16th, but we had too many conflicts on that date as well. And I mean, I personally have a healthcare conference that week, but I would be foregoing it to attend this. So I'm like you all. We all have priorities, and so if we do make concessions, and we just want to make it a good use of everyone's time.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So back to the agenda. Thank you for your feedback. We have already talked about the guest speakers for August, and at this point, I'm not recommending that we have any guest speakers for August, that we steer for October, just so that we can get our focus and get some momentum with our subcommittee and the inaugural event planning. Are there any other committee reports or updates? I will open the floor for anyone to provide updates at this time. Okay. Well, the next commission meeting will be scheduled. It is scheduled for Monday, August 2nd. The location will be at the historic Dade City Courthouse. And Wanda, I would recommend that you have either an email communication with the subgroup just to get some momentum going for the inaugural event. I think that's going to be the priority for our next meeting. That's kind of the only area that we're really not sure what we're trying to decide on. So I think that would definitely be good. And then I will reach out to United Way, and then Commissioner Fitzpatrick. I know that Denise had met with her, and she had some ideas about a representative that she would like to recommend, so we can circle back with her on that as well. Any other business for the greater good?
Oh,
Leona?
I guess I should just let the members know that I will be representing the CSW at the African Americans Juneteenth this Saturday. I have
Excellent.
I have the palm cards, and I think something else for the table. I don't know, whatever was put in the bag that Johanna gave me. So I'm going to do that in the morning. They're expecting a large crowd, so we'll see. At least I can introduce the commission to the community.
And
Even if we
Leona,
don't
I
have
think, one of I know we emailed a little bit about your interest in participating and representing the commission. I think one idea that I would explore is to maybe have a printed, sign up list for anyone that is a business owner that we could add to our list. They may not be aware. I think about all the amazing small businesses that are out there that are minority owned that may not be aware of some of the great county resources, and we just don't know about them. So that might be one way to engage people if they are a business owner, or if they know a female business owner, that we would like to engage them.
Which is something I brought up at our last meeting. I told her that we're working on this project. So yes, that's a great thing. I'll have the lists ready for folks to sign up.
Great. Okay.
Cheryl, this is Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. Go ahead.
I also just wanted to share, most of you are probably aware, but recently PHSE's Instructional Performing Arts Center opened. Classes have begun. We offer programs in dance, music, and so forth. And tours have been provided for the county commissioners, trustees, legislators, etc. I'd like to extend that same opportunity to the Commission on the Status of Women. I'd be happy to work on coordinating a tour if all of us or some of us are interested. Like I say, I think we're a part of that important group of community folks as well. that should be included in a VIP invite. So this is just my extending that to the CSW. And if you're interested, you can contact me. We could either do it as a whole group. We could even do some social media, the
Mhm,
Commission on the Status of Women, touring the IPAC today. That is something we've done in partnership with the Pasco County School System. So that building and the programs is a partnership. So just a
That
thought,
would
but
be
something else,
wonderful.
it'd be pretty easy for us to be a part of. The tour is typically 1 hour, and my director of stewardship in the arts coordinates the tours. And yeah, like I say, most of our communities, legislators, trustees, et cetera, have already
They got
been
that.
provided with a tour, and I just hate to see us
Yeah,
not
we
be a
should
part
go.
of that VIP group. So
No, that sounds wonderful. I am wondering if, because we're all going to have to carve out some time for the strategic workshop on the 23rd, I'm wondering if maybe we can package a tour, that day a little bit earlier. And then that way we've got our group already together, and then we head over to the Land O'Lakes facility, which is not even 10 miles away. Is that
I
too
can
much
look
of a
into
tall
that.
order?
No, I mean, that's up to the group, but
I'm okay
I'm
with
just
that.
throwing it out
Yeah.
as an idea as I look at my
Yeah.
schedule. I mean,
Good idea.
it's, that way we're not trying to pick a different day. We've
Another
already
day.
kind of
Mhm,
pegged
Mhm.
that day, and even
Yeah.
if, we brown bag it and,
Mhm.
or able to have, is there a space on site to maybe have kind of a brown bag lunch? Or if we, took orders and everybody donated $10, we can just order from Panera's or something?
Well, I'll be honest with you, I'd be happy to have my director of stewardship do something special. I mean,
Oh,
we could
that's
have
nice.
something catered in for
Oh,
the
wow. Okay.
CSW. I mean, we could make it a very
Yes,
special VIP tour
that'll be nice. Yeah.
for the
Okay.
CSW, and we could take care of all of that. So should I have my director work directly with Johanna then, and then Johanna communicate with the entire commission, or what's the most appropriate way to go about that?
Well, my wheels are spinning, so I have a bigger question. So, Johanna, if there is space at the IPAC, could we not just stay there and do our meeting there, or does it have to be at a county facility?
I know it would have had to be a county facility if we were doing the WebEx. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I don't believe it has to be a county facility, but I'll double check because we went back and forth with the county attorney's office on that.
Right, right. And because it's a
I think we had
workshop
picked, yeah, we had picked the utilities building
as a
because it
central
was
location,
central.
right? But this is also very central. It's right off of Old Pasco Road. Easy to access from 75 off of 52 or 56 or 54. Yeah, all of them.
54, yeah.
Now, I will also share with you, I can check on this, but I'm not sure what our date yet is that we have projected to be poised to have folks coming in and using the venue.
Okay.
We could probably use, I know we could use the Porter campus if the date's available. That's right down the road, their conference room. But I'm not 100% sure that the IPAC
By then,
is
okay.
available for
Mhm.
usage to outside
Mhm.
entities.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, let's just stick with plan A, which is a tour, brown bag lunch that your, stewardship director can help coordinate. And then we
Mhm.
would just assembly and head over to our
Utility.
existing meeting reservation at the Coty conference room.
Will do.
Mhm.
Do you guys have a time for the tour and I can send out an invite via Outlook to everyone?
I would hold 12 to 1:30. That way we have some buffer time in there for the tour, which is 1 hour lunch, and then our commute over to that'll give us enough time for our commute over to the Coatee Room. And anybody who maybe couldn't join us for the tour would still, be able to meet at the Coatee Room as well.
And what's the name of the location again? That way I can provide an address and all that.
It's the Instructional Performing Arts Center. And let me pull up the address for you. I can send it to you. I don't have it readily.
Is it in Wesley Chapel?
It is. If you,
Okay.
it's right on the same campus as the middle school and high school, right there on Old Pasco Road. I want to say it's like 8537 Old Pasco Road or something like that.
8657 Old Pasco Road.
You got it.
Okay.
That's it. Yes.
All right.
And again, I will double check right away with my Director of Stewardship in the Arts. She coordinates all these just to ensure that 12 noon to 1:30 p.m. slot is available. I'll make sure I get
Right.
with her today.
Okay. All right. So when Lisa confirms with me, then I'll send out that invite.
Perfect. Perfect. And I will inquire about the possibility of us having our meeting
definitely.
there as
But I don't
well.
wanna- Right.
I'll ask about that today as well. And I'll get back with you, Johanna. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, I think that we have some good things in the works, women, and I think that we've got a little bit of homework to do quickly, just so we can lock some dates in. And I know that, the summer is a beautiful time for us to recharge and rejuvenate. I hope that some of you are going to take some time to explore the outdoors. And, I wish everyone a wonderful summer. So if there's no further business, I will officially call the meeting to adjournment.
All right, and that's what, 11? I can't even see.
Thank you. Happy summer, everyone.
Happy
Thank
summer.
you. Happy summer. That clock says 11:48.
Oh, 11:48. Yeah, good.
Sorry. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Jenny. And
Thank
Ellen.
you.
And
Bye. You're
we'll see
welcome.
you soon. Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah, you'll fall in love with it.
I think that'll be a great idea.
Oh, and then that's Wesley